Good morning. E with marketwizards.com and eminywizard.com, reminding everyone that trading is a risky business, and yesterday certainly proved that to be true. So use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. Best to get an education before you throw your hard-earned money away. Okay, we're taking a look at yesterday's plunge. It was a late plunge. It was after the news, and we'd said at the time we could certainly take out both ends of the overnight range because it was so small. And we said save powder for the news event. Nailed the resistance target. We had 36. Make sure you're paid. Let's use 38 as a resistance stop. Once you start coming down that road, we have no idea how far we're going to go. Nobody does. And we had said, okay, let's work off of that 30 to 32 as resistance. That was the big pivot. And then we come down and we just take out that 24 low. And then all of a sudden, the bleed back really starts hard and fast. So and we had said at the time, let's use 6 because we thought this was the perfect exit right here. Once we'd hit that level as we showed in the charts. So you stick a couple of points under it and say, okay, 6.25 is our support. That is held so far. So we know that is support until broken because it's still intact. We know up here, 38 still resistance because that's intact. And somewhere in the middle is the truth. And that's what we're going to find out today. Traders who miss this whole fast run are most at risk today for trying to short too low and thinking you can get another home run. Oh, I missed it, but today I'll get them. And I call this shooting fish in a barrel, because everybody who misses now is gung-ho on the short side. So it doesn't negate the opportunity to take a short, but normally it's going to run to the long side a bit farther than you think. And that's why I said today may be second or third mouse even that gets the cheese. So I had a pre-market target of 17.75, and I've advised you to be paid by 17.75 or by 9.15. And that's an odds type of trade, just to make sure that anybody that has taken, and I'm sleeping here, you probably are too, in very, very limited range right now. But I've suggested that the squeeze pivot is 12.75. So with that in mind, until that gets beat, that's our aggressive support. Take a look at a couple of the charts before the open. So we're going to look at what's coming at us from yesterday's chart, the 5-minute chart. So we can see the 15 idea, we can see the 20, 21 idea coming at us, and then obviously back up here. So I'm not expecting a gigantic squeeze all in one, shot. But whack-a-mole style perhaps is what's in store. And this chart definitely going to keep my eye on today. So if you nibble short today, expect that it probably is not going to have the kind of legs you'd really like to see it have. And then probably after a couple of those, then we may get a good one that, kind of puts the longs right back on their heels a bit. But that's going to take some time to figure that out probably. So I'm advising caution this morning after this big long leg because there's a lot of re-auctioning that needs to be done here. And this is what I'm looking at for a chart in play. I said I'm going to watch the 10. I think the 10 is a nice little bit of a power chart. You can see, the support idea trying to hold the blue line for now. And then we're going to look at the 15 as well because that's also going to be in play today. That gives us up a little bit more room to run backwards and still holding on to the green and red and blue lines. Well, once we get back under these lines, then we're back into the umbrella trade. But I'm still suspecting that we've got a stolen range today to a certain degree from this big long plunge, and we need to back and fill a bit before we think about that. So already from the support I called yesterday, 6.25, that's still intact, and that is still support until broken. So those of you who are trading long side against the gap open, I get it. But remember, we're going to be having the generals come into play fairly soon, and there should be a two-way day is what I'm expecting. So a trend trade today is taking yesterday's thrust and using morning after trend day ideas, which is kind of let a bounce expire and then try to give it a whack and be happy getting something out of the trade. If you're doing two-way today, that'll be tough because I think we're going to get limited bounce and limited thrust back. I think it's going to be very difficult to try to time a big trade today. So those are my thoughts on these type of charts right now. Okay, as noted, next target should be 1775. A retest perhaps of that 18.25. And anybody that's long side, make sure you are paid. This is a squeeze type trade, trying to put the shorts back on their heels as expected. And this chart just right on the money, where we said we thought that this would be our key support zone. I'm looking back here at this bar. This is the support bar. Right now, these lows are very important to hold. Anybody that is shorting, we said, obviously, if you're taking a poke back at yesterday's close, make sure you use a tight stop and probably two-way. So using that 18 to 22 as our aggressive resistance zone. And don't think it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel because everybody wants the short side now. And grab 2-3 points. We're going to leave chips on the table today. We know that. Just happens. And I'm not saying the low is in already, but it could be. You know, sometimes you just get that dead cat bounce and then you need time to have it roll over. So I think we've used up some of morning after trend day already, and if not, so be it. Trend traders are hitting this short, and you can see the box that we're in right here, the blue box. Reminder that 1275 we said was the squeeze pivot. Two-way day.